Good evening and welcome to the November 12th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. A meeting was held at 6 p.m. in the council chambers of City Hall for clarification of the agenda. The following is an official agenda of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Discussion and commission action will be limited to those items on the agenda. Any citizen who wishes to address the commission shall first be recognized by the chair and shall give his or her name for the record. If a citizen wishes to read documentation of any sort to the commission, he or she shall first seek permission from the chair. There is a 3-minute time limit for public testimony to the commission. Agenda item number 1, roll call. Aislinn, will you please call the roll?
Here.
Benjamin Gomez.
Here.
Adam Dyer.
Here.
Rhonda Carr.
Here.
Katie Mendoza.
Yes.
Richard Phillips.
Here.
Desiree Valladolid.
Here.
Is there any conflict of interest or ex parte contact to report from anybody on the commission? Great. There's a note here. I'm supposed to ask everyone to please silent their cell phones if they haven't already. Agenda item number 2, approval of minutes. The commission may wish to approve the minutes from the clarification and regular meetings held in October 2025. Is there any discussion by the commission of those meeting minutes? With no discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the minutes from the October 2025 meeting.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Mendoza, a second by Geyer. Aislinn, will you call the vote, please?
Mendoza.
Yes.
Dyer.
Yes.
Buckley.
Yes.
Gomez.
Yes.
McCarr.
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Valladolid.
Yes.
Great. We will now move on to agenda item number 3, a public hearing for preliminary plat. Time's been set aside for the commission to hear comments from the public regarding a preliminary replat application request by House Buyers 208 LLC. The subdivision, to be known as Corner Cove Townhouses, request is to replat .40 acres, more or less, of 3 Pocatello town site lots into 4 townhome lots and 1 lot for development of a 3-unit apartment building. The property is located near 1737 North Harrison Avenue. We will now invite the applicant to come forward, and I declare the public hearing open.
Good evening, Commission. My name is Wyatt Radke with A&E Engineering, representing House Buyers 208, the owner. This application is for a preliminary plat to be known as Corner Cove Townhomes, which includes portions of lots 1 through 3 and 19 through 20 of block 416 of the Pocatello town site, which is generally located off of West Gibson Street between North Main and North Harrison Avenue. The subdivision will consist of 1 multifamily housing lot, which is planned to have a single 3-unit apartment structure, as well as 4 townhome lots, which will each plan to consist of 2-bedroom townhome units. The subdivision has an area of approximately 0.4 acres, which is separated by the existing alley off of Gibson Street. There is an existing single-family home on the northern portion of the property, which is planned to be removed as a part of this development, and the remainder of the site is completely undeveloped currently. The property is zoned as residential, commercial, professional, which allows for the uses that we are proposing. The purpose of this zone is to be used as a buffer zone between differing zoned areas. And this property is technically fully surrounded by the light industrial zone. However, the adjacent land uses include a mix of residential, commercial, and light industrial uses all within that block 416, which makes the proposed use a good match for the surrounding area as a buffer between these various uses. The subdivision has been designed to meet all city ordinances, including minimum setbacks, lot size, off-street parking, access from the alley, right-of-way improvements, and landscaping. And the development will utilize existing sewer, city sewer and water from North Main, North Harrison, and the alley. We've reviewed the conditions from staff, including the memo from the engineering department, and have no concerns with meeting any of these conditions. I'd be happy to answer any questions the commission might have.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now hear from city staff regarding the application.
Good evening,
Mr. Chair, Commission members, Matthew Lewis, Senior Planner with the city. Wyatt gave a really good overview of the property in question, so I won't go over that again. Pretty much would just reiterate what he said. I will just say, add that notice was posted on the subject property on October the 20th of 2025 and published in the Idaho State Journal on October 28th of 2025. All property owners within a 300-foot radius of the external boundaries of the subject property were provided notice of the public hearing in order that they may provide comment. Staff received one email dated October the 16th of 2025 supporting the application. No other comments have been received to date. In consideration of the application, staff concludes that the proposed preliminary plat is compliant with Pocatello City Code, Chapter 16.20.050, assuming the 5 conditions as outlined in the staff report are met. And this concludes my presentation. Happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Matt. Do we have any questions for city staff regarding the application?
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. I will now explain the procedures for public testimony. There's a 3-minute limit on public testimony. Those presenting or testifying will state your name for the record. While giving testimony, questions and comments should be pertinent to the application and should be addressed only to the commission. During the public hearing, there should be no questions, comments, or applause from the audience. Should the meeting go longer than 8 p.m., the commission may take a scheduled 10-minute break. Do not duplicate questions, concerns, or comments covered by previous testimony heard today. With that, I'd like to invite anyone providing testimony in support of the application to come forward. Is there anyone providing testimony uncommitted to the application that would like to come forward? Is there anyone providing testimony opposing the application that would like to come forward? Does the applicant have a rebuttal? Okay. Thanks. I have to ask that. With no further testimony or rebuttal, I declare the public hearing closed. How does the commission wish to proceed? I will entertain a motion or discussion.
I move to approve the preliminary plat application requested by Wyatt Radke of A&E Engineering on behalf of the property owner, House Buyers 208 LLC for the Corner Cove Townhouse subdivision, finding the application does meet the standards for approval under Chapter 16.20.050 of Pocatello Municipal Code with conditions listed in the staff report, and to authorize the chair to sign the findings of fact and decision.
I'll second.
We have a motion made by McGarg and a second by Geyer. Asen, will you call the vote, please?
Yes.
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 Great. Now move on to agenda item number 4. It's a public hearing for a map amendment. Time has been set aside for the commission to hear comments from the public regarding a zone map amendment application by Brandy Dyer to rezone subject property known as 203 Warren Avenue from residential medium density, single family to residential commercial professional, which aligns with the future land use map resignation of mixed use. We'll invite the applicant to come forward. And I declare the public hearing open.
Good evening. I'm Brandy Dyer, owner of 203 Warren. We are currently residential, but we've been a commercial property since November. Our occupation license right now is or use permit is for November of 1999. So for a while, it's been a daycare, multiple, and prior to that, a church. So we're just looking to rezone and make it the right zone for what the use is. Any questions?
Do you have any
Straightforward.
questions for the applicant?
Sorry, did you say since 1999?
Yeah. Yep, November.
Great. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Invite city staff.
Becky Babb, Planning Manager. I'm standing in for Jim Anglesey, who wrote this staff report. Before I get started, Rhonda, it's McCarg, not McCargue.
McCarg.
I'm sorry.
Whatever's fine.
If I say it wrong, I hope you'll correct me. I'm just going to move this map so that you can see. Just bear with me one sec. Okay. This is a request by Brandy Dyer, and she submitted a zoning map amendment application to rezone the subject property from residential medium-density single-family to residential commercial professional. The site is addressed as 203 Warren. It consists of 4 city lots totaling 0.33 acres, and it is currently developed, as she stated, with a commercial daycare and preschool. Notice was posted on the subject property and published in the Idaho State Journal, and all property owners within 300 feet have been notified of this subject hearing in order that they can provide comment. I'll just go through the review criteria quickly for you. The first criteria is how the requested zoning at the location in question would be in the community's best interest. The applicant has proposed to rezone the property from residential medium-density single-family to RCP residential commercial professional, which does align with the future land use map. So this is the current zoning here. This is the subject property here on this corner. As you can see, it's residential RMS, medium-density single-family, and on our future land use map, which is here, this pink is designated mixed use. And so it does align with our comprehensive plan 2040 and our future land use map, which is the adopted community vision and thus represents the community's best interest. How the list of uses permitted by the zoning ordinance would blend with surrounding uses. The code says that RCP zoning is intended to accommodate a mix of residential, professional, office, and neighborhood commercial uses, including business professional services, convenience retail, personal services, and restaurants, in close proximity to residential areas and major transportation facilities. Residential uses are permitted consistent with the density and requirements of the RH zone, and developments in the RCP zone may be used to serve as a buffer between residential and commercial areas. So the proposed map amendment would continue to provide that mix of land uses that are already present in the area. As you can see, there's a number of school district uses, a restaurant, and residential uses all directly adjacent to the property. So it serves as a transitionary zone already, and that would continue that use. The subject site is physically suitable for the type and intensity of the land use permitted under the proposed zoning district. This property has already been developed for more than 25 years as a commercial daycare and preschool, and so the site is already physically suitable for that commercial use. If the uses in the permitted district would be adequately served by public facilities and services, and again, services are readily available. Bannock Transportation Planning Organization classifies this as a local street, Warren. And Yellowstone and Oak, which is the proximity, are both principal arterial and minor arterial respectively. That if the use permitted in the zoning district would be compatible in terms of scale, mass, coverage, density, and staff finds that near or adjacent uses include single-family, two-family, multifamily, and townhome residential developments, as well as commercial uses. So any development within an RCP zone district would adhere to the standards and regulations associated with that RCP zone. And then the last criteria is whether it is consistent with the future land use map, which staff finds that it is. And so therefore staff, finds that the proposed zoning map amendment is compliant with Pocatello Code section 17.02.17.e as provided in the staff report. Do you have any questions?
Do we have any questions? Oh, thank you, Becky. Great. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to provide testimony in support of the application who'd like to come forward for public comment? Is there anyone who would like to provide testimony uncommitted to the application?
Greetings, my name is Margiana Hewlett. I live at 353 Washington, and I represent the Alameda Neighborhood Association, one of the historic neighborhoods recognized by the city of Pocatello. This rezone lies within the boundaries of our neighborhood. The good news is that we actually don't have a problem with this rezone and believe it is in line with what we want to see in our neighborhood. Our issue is that the city made no effort to reach out to our neighborhood association to give us a chance to weigh in on this proposal before this public hearing. The city's comprehensive plan specifically calls for, quote, empowering the community to be involved and collaborative in city government, and states that city leaders should collaborate outside public hearings and City Hall. Yet here I am at a public hearing at City Hall. I want to recognize that the city is putting in considerable time and effort collaborating with us on a comprehensive plan for our neighborhood, and I'm incredibly grateful for that effort. I think it's wonderful and amazing. However, in addition, I would like to see the city put in place some protocols that call for city staff to reach out to our neighborhood association anytime there is a project or decision that will impact us. Staff already reaches out to immediate neighbors, to the school district, to the fire department, to the street department. It would not be that much of an imposition to also reach out to our neighborhood association and say, hey, any thoughts on this? Frankly, I think this should be done for every established, recognized neighborhood in Pocatello that has a formal organization the city could contact. However, I do not represent all the neighborhoods in Pocatello. I only represent one. So on behalf of the historic Alameda neighborhood, please follow the city's comprehensive plan and include us in every decision that impacts our neighborhood. To quote the comprehensive plan, nothing about us without us is for us. You can do better. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to provide testimony uncommitted to the application? Is there anyone here tonight who would like to provide testimony opposing the application?
Chairman Phillips, Becky Babb again. I just would like to let staff know that in the back of your packet, there is a comment that did come in after the packets were sent to you. And so if you would like to take 3 minutes to read that comment, it is in opposition to the application.
Thanks. The same one that was included in the email that we received this afternoon, correct?
Yes, that's correct. As soon as I received the email, I did forward it to the commission so that if they had time to read it, they could.
Okay.
But it was received after the deadline, and so if you haven't had a chance,
It's in there. Great. Is there any rebuttal on testimony received from the applicant? Great. Perfect.
Well, unless she wants to provide rebuttal to this letter.
I don't think she has.
Well, yeah, if you want to come up here, we can kind of, yeah, you haven't seen it, so you don't know. Yeah, it's from your neighbor, Sean Williams, opposing. Concerned about, late night activity, noise. If you change business, you change to something else, what would it do to his property value, stuff. So you have a rebuttal to that, maybe?
Just that the RCP is specifically stops that where the time zone is 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. So it'll continue as is. Obviously, if it sells, that changes other than it is locked into that 10 p.m. So hopefully he understands that it won't be like a bar that's all-nighter.
And your plan now is just to keep it as the
Yes,
daycare and
yep,
stuff?
yep. So plan is to stay at daycare, and then we're also gonna hoping to turn our main function room, multi-purpose room, into a party room for children's birthday parties, just to help, again, the community lower prices and just somewhere they can go to have family time. So.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Good.
Thank you. With no further testimony or rebuttal, I declare the public hearing closed. How does the commission wish to proceed?
I move to approve the zoning map amendment application from Brandy Dyer to rezone the subject property from residential medium density single family to residential commercial professional finding the application meets the standards for approval under section 17.02.170E of Pocatello City Code and authorize the chair to sign the findings of fact and recommendation.
I second that motion.
I have a motion made by Mendoza and a second made by Gomez. Aislinn, will you call the vote, please?
Yes.
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 Thank you. That was our final agenda item. So with that, we will close this month's Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Thank you for attending.